Hello and welcome to my channel, The Day Tradester. On my channel, I hope to inspire people who do not have a retirement account to open a retirement account, and also to inspire those people who are day trading and they're not trading profitably to stop day trading and focus more on investing. My overall goal is to get them to see their future through different lenses. You know, everybody wants to be rich, but not everybody will be able to ever be rich through work or through starting a business or through inventions. That's just not the reality for most people. But what is a reality is if you're able to invest $25 a week into your own retirement account, that will absolutely, more than likely, change your life over time in 10, 20, 30 years. Now, currently on this channel, I have two accounts that I record. One of them is a $25 a week contribution account that I make. And my first deposit to that account was last week. And I make these videos because I'm hoping to inspire people who do not have a retirement account, like blue collar workers, waiters, waitresses, wait staff, construction workers, people in retail, fast food, auto service. I mean, you name the list. Any type of blue collar job, the majority of people in those fields do not have a retirement account. The companies they work for don't have a retirement account. And they also believe that they will not ever be able to afford a retirement account, but you absolutely can. You know, and I know if you're working and even if you're making minimum wage, you absolutely can afford $25 a week. You know that the overwhelming majority of us waste $25, even the low wage worker. Every week we easily blow $25 on something. So I make the videos to show you that you can make some trades. You can start investing that $25 a little bit more wisely than just spending it on a short-term happiness. That you absolutely can change your retirement future. All right, so I am currently in my $25 a week account. I did not make any videos yesterday. I didn't make it for either the $25 a week or my standard account for swing trading. But I did make a deposit in that account, and my current balance in this account is $31.14. The chart we're looking at here is Silver Core Metals Incorporated. Now, last week when I deposited $25, I did not have enough money to purchase the least expensive ETF that's indexed to the S&P 500, but I was able to purchase Silver Core Metals. If we take a look at the chart, I bought this on November 20th, and I bought it around $6.28. It was at a low. Price had come down into this zone and then bounced back out, and it had risen up a little bit to $6.29. Ultimately, you can see that it closed down, but at $6.24 it closed. But since then, we've been on an uptrend. Now, one of the reasons I bought Silver Core Metals is because the growth in AI chips is just going to be massive over the next several years, and those chips use silver. And by weight, each chip contains far more silver than they actually contain gold. And since purchasing this at $6.29, the price has now moved to $7.24. We're just going to round that up to $1. So we're looking at roughly $3 in overall gains right now. The plan was when I made this purchase, if you saw the video, I was going to look at it the next day. Price had moved up and I was thinking about selling, but I still didn't have enough money to buy the least expensive ETF for the S&P 500. So I waited, and then we had this big move the next day. So I've just been holding it, and at some point we'll wait until price turns around. And when price does turn around, I will go ahead and sell these 3 shares. But for now, I do have $31.14, and I'm going to buy an ETF for the S&P 500. And that's largely what this account is going to be. Since my goal for this particular aspect of the video is to inspire people, inspire you to open a retirement account with $25 a week, at least that's what I'm doing in this account. I'm going to stick with the S&P 500 and possibly some QQQ to show you that it is possible to make money at $25 a week going into a retirement account. So I'm going to look at so far the first two that are less than $30 or less than my current balance is TWOX and SMAX. So I'm going to purchase the least expensive of the two, which is SMAX. So let's go ahead and take a look at SMAX. All right, I need to link this account. Let's get rid of this. Let's expand this. This is a Thinkorswim platform, and I need to link this to Red Charts. And now we'll come into S-Max and that'll automatically change my chart. So we'll minimize this back down. So I'm going to go ahead and close this ticket order because I could make the purchase in the active trader over here. We're going to purchase the one share at $27.07. And now we've added one share of S-Max, which is an index to the S&P 500. So I've updated my watch list, my $25 a week watch list, got rid of all the other headings. So the only thing we're interested in is the symbol of what we purchased, what was the last purchase price or current purchase price, current price, and how many shares of each we own. Ultimately, I will more than likely sell out of the silver core metals and use that money to purchase another ETF for the S&P 500. If you're watching my videos for the first time and you take a look at this S-Max ETF to the 500 chart, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the SPX, which is the S&P 500 index, and take a look at this chart, and you're going to see that it closely resembles that. Now this may look different, but if we look, we've got a nice little rise here. We got a small dip, a hump back up, and we drop back down. We'll just call this into like a little J hook, bottomed out, and then we're on the incline. But since the S-Max is working with far less money, one share of this index is $6,829. So the movement is going to be similar. It's just going to be much less of a difference. So again, we went up. We went down, went to a small hump up, and then a deeper dive down, and we're back up. So let's take a look at S-Max. We went up, here we came down, we went up in a hump over, we dove back down, and we're going back up. It's just with less volatility. It doesn't move as steeply because we're working with far less money. But hopefully by watching my videos, if you don't have an account, that you will be inspired to open up your own account. And if you do already have an account, but you haven't been able to trade because there's just too much information out there, hopefully you'll follow me. This account is only going to be investing in the S&P 500. Once I get out of the silver core metals, that's most likely where I'm going to be. There might be times where I do purchase other stocks, but it's going to be very rare. All right, I'm going to move on to the other portfolio, the main one I trade in. All right, need to close out the $25 a week, open up all account positions that I have currently in this account. Let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500's performance today, SPX, go back to that. Overall, we are on a short-term run. Hopefully the short term will turn into a long-term run. We are roughly $100 off from an all-time high for the S&P 500. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 good days of green moving on up. Now, one reason I didn't make my video yesterday is because I had nothing to purchase and I had nothing to sell. I did not receive any sell alerts. And again, today, since we have the markets going up, every stock I own is either going up or it's just not reached no new stocks are reaching any of their sell triggers. I certainly do have quite a few stocks. I've got more than more than half of the stocks that I have are currently lower than their purchase price. They are in the red, but they are moving up, back up to my purchase price, and hopefully it'll just continue to move past those. I currently have roughly $2,000 available to purchase stocks, and I was able to increase my balance yesterday because I had stocks that went to earnings both this morning and yesterday afternoon. And if you're watching my videos for the first time, no matter how many shares of stocks that I own for any company, I look to try to sell up to half of those stocks before the earnings are reported. And I sold half of my ClearSpark, I sold half of my Dell, I sold half of my Zscaler, and I sold half of my HP, and I sold half of my John Deere. And did I misspeak and say ClearSpark? I think I did. It's CleanSpark. So selling upwards of half of my shares prior to going earnings, that increased our balance to roughly $2,000 that I can spend this afternoon. So let's go back to my charts. I also changed my strategy, the way I use time frames. I now use a much larger number of time frames. I used to just use one time frame. I now use 4. So I need to come into my Thinkorswim setup tab and drop down to my 4 charts for the day Tradestor. And the first stock I want to look at is Tapestry. So I'm going to type in TPR. And I currently have in Tapestry 2 shares. I max out with Tapestry at 4. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my that tab there. That way we can possibly, hopefully you can see a little bit more of the screen. Now, typically I would be buying back in. I would be buying 2 shares, but I'm no longer just using one time frame. I'm going to drop down. This is the daily time frame, which means each candle aggregates for each day. This is the 3-day time frame, meaning that each candle aggregates on the 3-day period. So this is 3 days. This is 3 days. Each candle represents 3 days of price action. Now, currently, the fast-moving average is lower than the slow-moving average, so I'm going to use this as a signal that it is not the best opportunity to buy. I think the best opportunity to buy is when there actually is a cross of the fast-moving average above the slow-moving average. Now, it is likely that Tapestry, as a luxury brand, they are the parent company of quite a few luxury brands. You should be familiar with Coach and talk about Kate Spade. So we're going to move on to the next one on my list is Silver Metal Cores, SVM, or Silver Core Metals. And we can see that every chart right now, fast moving average is above the slow moving average on the daily chart, on the 3-day chart, on the monthly chart, and on the quarterly chart. I'm probably going to change these 2 charts next week sometime. I think quarterly chart is too much of a time frame, but if you're able to see that when price does move across in the up direction, we might tend to overall gain some price value. And then on the obverse, when we have the price fast moving average move below the slow moving average, it can tend to go down for quite a while. And in this particular case, it kept going down for over a year before it reached the bottom and started to turn back up. Now I need to open my tab back up, see how many shares of Silver Metal Cores, Silver Core Metals I actually own. I currently own 111 shares and I max out at 148. So that would be 37 shares for each book that I own. And I'm going to purchase 37 shares because we currently have price above the fast moving average and we have the fast moving average on both time frames, both on the 3-day and the daily, above and moving up past the slow moving average. So I'm going to purchase 37 shares, purchase 37 at the current price of $7.24. All right, the next one I want to take a look at is Yum Food Brands, YUM. Yum Food Brands is a restaurant brand company that is largely a non-burger. They have Kentucky Fried Chicken, they own Pizza Hut, they own Taco Bell. Those are the 3 major companies that they own. And I currently own 3 shares of Yum, I believe. Let's take a look. I'm in the wrong account, or at least the wrong watch list. I need all account positions. Now I'll drop down and find Yum. So there's Yum. I currently own 2 positions. So I would like to max out with 1 share for each book, so a total of 4 shares. So I have the possibility of buying 2. If we zoom in on the daily chart and we zoom in on the 3-day chart, you can see that price is above both. And not only is it above both, we have the fast moving average is above both slow moving averages on time frames. And also on the monthly and the quarterly, we're just looking at a long run up for each one. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase 2 more shares of Yum. We're looking to buy 2 shares coming into our purchase, our order ticket, and we're confirm and send. And we purchased them at $154.41. All right, I want to take a look at GLD. That is an ETF for gold. We can see that all 4 charts are up. The price is moving up. And not only that, we have price and both the fast moving averages are above the slow moving average on both the daily and the 3-day. So on gold, I max out at 8 shares and I currently have 6 shares. So I'm going to purchase 2 more shares, buy 2 at the current price of $3.83.02. $3.83.05 was our purchase price. All right, gold is a stock that I day trade. Now, I try to day trade all the stocks that I own. I try to trade 25% of the total shares that I own in any equity. I try to day trade when I'm able to. I have been day trading that today. I've made 4 purchases and sold 2 shares. So I am going to cancel the current sell order because that was purchased at a little bit of a higher price. And gold is right now in a downward trend on the 2-minute chart. So I'm going to place a sell order for gold. We are looking to sell 2 shares of gold. And I just purchased that at, let's see, I already forgot. Purchased gold at 383.04. So the first position is the hundreds place. It's a 3, so 10% of 300 is 30. So I add 30 cents to my total purchase price, making it $383.34. So $383.34 is my sell order. Good till cancel, confirm and send. So now gold, the day trading sell order is back. And I'm currently maxed out with my 8 shares. All right, next one I want to take a look at is Edwards Life Sciences, EW. Expand this out so we can see the screen. So Edwards Life Sciences, we have on the quarterly chart, we have price is currently lower on the current quarterly chart than the slow moving average. However, we are up on the monthly. Not only are we up on the monthly, we actually crossed almost 2 months ago, and we're in a slow upward climb. Edwards Life Sciences in the healthcare sector, and it looks like there's a lot of money being transferred out of tech and into healthcare right now. So even though this is below, the fast moving average is below the slow moving average, we currently have price above the fast moving average and moving up. But I'm also looking what appears to be rotation of money out of tech and into the healthcare sector into consideration. And it looks like that we possibly might be in an upward trend in the healthcare sector for a while. So I'm going to max out on my Edwards Life Sciences. And for Edwards Life Sciences, I currently have 5 and I max out at 8. So I need to purchase 3 shares. So we're looking to buy 1, 2, 3 at 86.78. And I'm going to cancel these sell orders. I already had sell orders. Let's zoom in. I already had sell orders in place because I was day trading. All right, go ahead and shrink this back down. The next one we want to look at is Innova Health, which is ENVA, is INVA. And this is, again, it's going to be similar to Edwards Life Sciences. They are in the healthcare industry. We clearly have a move up on the quarterly, on the monthly, also on the 3-day chart. We are clearly above the slow moving average and moving up. And we recently just crossed 2 days ago. Actually, yesterday was a confirmed cross of Innova Health with the fast moving average above the slow moving average. With Innova Health, I currently have, let's see, 4 shares, and with Innova Health, I max out at 4. So I am already maxed with Innova Health. So let's move on to the next one on the list, which is Delta Airlines at DAL. Delta Airlines is currently, now that the filibuster has ended and we have a short-term budget in place, air traffic controllers can go back to work and travel can go back into place. And they are expecting a lot of travel for the remainder of the year, especially airline travel. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days up. Ever since the filibuster ended, we've been in an upward trend. With Delta Airlines, I like to have 12 shares. I currently have 6, so I'm looking to purchase 6 shares of Delta Airlines. Let's right-click this. Why isn't there? We go. We want to buy 6 shares. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the current price is $64.26. $64.26 for 6 shares. And that's it. I'm down to $467 in my account balance. So we'll just leave that for tomorrow. I'm happy with the shares that I purchased today. So with that last purchase of Delta Airlines, I am finished for the day. There are no earnings this afternoon. Market is closed tomorrow, and there's also no earnings going that we have that are going on Friday morning. So there's no earnings stocks to sell. I've made all of my sales. I've made all of my purchase within both accounts right now. So we'll take a look at what I did, what the actions we did. It's very short. We did not do any selling in this account. We have no sell orders that we placed, but we did buy, or I did buy, silver core metals, Yum Brands Foods, gold, GLD ETF, Edwards Life Sciences, and Delta Airlines. If you are able to purchase any of these stocks and you have the money and you are tired of losing money as a day trader, you may want to consider purchasing some of these stocks today. And if not today, you could take a look at it on Friday and even next week to see how they're performing, because sure, it could take a while since the stocks that I'm looking to purchase are swing trades that hopefully will stay in a trade for a while, like this one. We had a cross here. It consolidated from May 19th to July 3rd, but then it took off. And this is Delta Airlines. So we're looking to buy a stock and stay in the trade for months and months, hopefully months and months. I'm hoping by watching my videos day in and day out, day after day, that you're seeing that if you trade responsibly and not try to get rich quick by day trading in and out of stocks all day long, that you over time can increase your wealth and you can change your future. All right, now I'm going to go to the S&P 500, SPX. We're going to maximize the sell and get a closer look at how we performed for the day in the S&P 500. S&P 500 opened at roughly 6,793 and closed at roughly 6,812. And that's after a gap up from 6,765. So that's basically a $48 difference from yesterday's close to today's close. And we're not that far off from the previous high. So please take the time, do some research. If you're not in the markets, you might want to consider getting in now. This is a good point to get in. It looks like we're on the beginning of a new short-term run. And even if we're not, and price starts to go down on Friday and on into next week, it's called dollar cost averaging. You buy into the market now, possibly, if you make that decision, and at some point, after you make a purchase, price starts to move against you, then you just hold until price moves back up. But typically December is the strongest month of the year. And when I say the best month for the S&P 500, December is the month with the highest win rate of the last 100 years. And the win rate meaning that the month closed higher than it opened. So don't take my advice. This is not a recommendation. This is just information that for you to take in, for you to think about, for you to consider to make a better and informed decision to either enter the markets or to become an investor rather than primarily a day trader. So with that, I'm going to go to the daily and minute chart. And I'm going to pull up the chart of the day. CleanSpark, CLSK. This is 1 day, 1 minute. Oh no, I need to back out. I need to reset that to 4, and I need to go to my day 1 chart. And this chart will have extended hours. Once we get to the 1 day, 1 minute, there's our extended hours. So CleanSpark, if we expand this to actually 2 days, now we can see from CleanSpark, CLSK, we are from actually it would be from yesterday's close at around $11.84 to today's close at $13.55. We are looking at roughly 13.8% rise in overall price for this particular stock. CleanSpark is a bit mining company. They also have moved into building data centers. So this move off of earnings Definitely is beneficial for us because I own 13 shares that I bought at $22. So hopefully this run will come back and turn back around and come up to our purchase price pretty quickly. But for the Bitcoin mining side, it's probably not great news since Bitcoin is falling and going down. But on the data center side, that is in huge demand. So it's going to be pretty exciting when the data center demand aligns with the Bitcoin demand, when Bitcoin turns back around. So on the daily chart, you can see that the Bitcoin, or excuse me, Clean Spark looks pretty good, especially after 12 o'clock. It went off on a run, and it actually is still on a run even after hours. It's still going up, so it closed at 1345 and it's up at 1367, so that's good news for Clean Spark. If we take a look at the daily chart, 3 month and a day, you can see they have turned around from 3 days ago. The MACD's turned, the RSI has turned. It's quite possible this might have been the bottom for Clean Spark, so if you do not own Clean Spark, again, this is not a recommendation. This is just information. Do some more research. This might be a great opportunity to purchase into Clean Spark. All right, let's take a look at my performance for the day. All right, so far for today, my realized gains was $313.02, and that was using we'll just say 41,000 as a cost basis, and that was making 99 trades today. For the purposes of this video, you did not see those trades because those are my day trades. I also day trade inside of this account. All of this is from day trading activity alone. I made no swing trades. I made no sales on the swing trading strategy. The markets are going up, so there was no swing trades to make, as we said earlier in the video. Now, in reference to my year-to-date performance, in this particular account that I opened up on August 19th and closing this account on August 18th, transferring all these funds to this account, I have a performance of 3.89% compared to the S&P 500 at 5.4%. And when we combine, well, the other account was 16.26% with the S&P at 10.54. And when we combine the two accounts, my performance is at 20.15% compared to the S&P 500 at 15.94%, which means I am beating the markets by 4.21%. For those of you who are making it to the end of the videos, thank you very much for being patient and making it that far. I hope by seeing my activity and my results, it inspires you to actually open an account or to stop being a day trader and more as an investor with swing trading practices. And please click that like, share, and subscribe button. Help me get in front of some other eyeballs. And I hope you all have an absolutely amazing rest of your afternoon. It's Wednesday, so we will not be open tomorrow. The stock market is closed. It's the big old turkey day. And I hope you all have an absolutely amazing Thanksgiving as well. See you guys on Friday. Well, technically, I won't see you guys, but you'll see my videos. So see my videos on Friday.